Behind every successful real estate business, there's a strategy most people never see. Today, I'm sitting down with Bridget from Total Success Solutions to talk about systems, leadership, and mindset it takes to actually build something that lasts.
Behind the listing, lights and composition, from the front door shot to the aerial position. If you want to see the grind, just listen. This the real life behind the listing.
All right, what's up, folks? How you guys doing? Impromptu, whatever you call it. Behind the listing, your host, Juwan Davis. I got a good friend of mine here, Bridget. She's been a vital part to my success, why I'm even in real estate doing this stuff now. So we just gonna get into it. I thought I was coming here to help her film something, but she's looking at me like, we're doing your show. So we're gonna get into it. So my good friend Bridget, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself and who you are and what you do.
I'm so excited, actually. I'm really proud of you for doing this, and I think that it's gonna be a big break, big exposure. I'm just excited to see where it goes.
Thank you.
So my company is Total Success Solutions, and it is helping real estate agents actually build the infrastructure behind their ambition. So mostly agents, they have, a ton of vision, they have a lot of drive and competitiveness, but they lack structure to support their growth. So that's where I partner with them, and we develop the systems and the marketing and the client acquisition strategies so that they can actually build the business that they're looking to build.
Okay. So what made you decide to start getting into working with entrepreneurs and real estate agents?
Mm-hmm. So I was a director of operations for a large team, and just from that experience and also seeing the agents within our brokerage and other agents that we partnered with, they all were lacking somebody that was really their key support in their business. There's a high turnover for administrative and operations professionals within real estate. And so I knew that there was a true need for one, experience, for somebody to come in and help agents just without any kind of learning curve, step in and be able to boost production. But also agents usually don't know even how to train somebody. I just saw the need, and I wanted to help as many people as I could. So
okay, no, that's great. So when you sit down with the you say you get in with the broker or whoever, you get in with a group, what is the most common things that you see that they may need help with? Or
yes, everybody wants more leads, they want more
sure.
time,
for
yes,
sure.
and they want less stress. So we always focus on those three things, like obviously developing more revenue, being systematic about it, and having the structure to be able to have your platforms and your business work for you instead of just waiting on your actions helps reduce stress. And then also that helps with the time management too.
Okay. So a lot of agents, they think success is just getting more leads to piggyback off, but what are they usually kind of missing? Like, is it, I know from my perspective, it's found like you got to have a good foundation to get started. You can't just go online and just start posting stuff from your phone and just thinking you're just going to automatically generate leads.
Right.
Because sometimes going viral, and I can tell you from my perspective as a content creator, going viral absolutely means anything. It doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? You hardly get any business or anything from going viral. You just get a lot of views. That's it.
Yeah. So you definitely need a lead capture system. So visibility is huge, but what is it if you're not actually able to contact the people that see you? So you need some sort of lead capture. You do need an immediate response to once you capture leads to be able to have that instant communication, because we're not robots. So you need to have something automated. And then you need to have something nurturing those people until they're actually ready to talk to you. It's actually really simple. I think it is overlooked because of the whole systematic approach that most entrepreneurs just don't have, because they're just so, on the vision and striving for their goal. They just don't have the time to slow down.
Okay, so what separates agents who stay busy from the ones who actually create a scalable business?
What separates them?
Yeah, what separates them?
Income.
Besides income, what normally what kind of, I guess, a light version of what would separate?
Yeah, I mean, the agents that actually scale and have the sustainable businesses understand that they have to release some control, and they have to trust in the leverage that they're investing in, because you can purchase these tools, you can add employees, but if you're not trusting that they're actually going to fulfill what you want them to, why they are there, that's just going to hold you back.
So I hear a lot about systems and structure. Like, what is that? How important is that to scaling a business?
It's vital. I mean, like, you can't do any of that without the proper foundation. So the structure behind any business is what you fall back on when times are tough. So if, we can have a great spring season, but then what about the rest of the year? And that's where the structure and the systems kind of pull you through the remaining 9 months, because it's not just a 3-month year. So the structure and the systems really allow you to have predictable business. They allow the ebbs and flows to be less drastic, so that you can have more of a predictable revenue.
Okay, so what would again, the light version, what would be a healthy pipeline for a realtor where should they start? Right.
So, you always want to think about 3 months ahead. So whatever you're doing now, you're probably going to get paid at least 3 months out. So
that's good information.
Yeah, you're just always, if you're going to take, a trip overseas for 4 to 6 weeks, then you're going to feel it, from 3 to 5 months from now. You just have to make sure that either somebody is doing some lead generation for you, you have some marketing out there, you have prepped or batched some videos to be able to, keep you visible while you're gone. You just need to have that constant activity, even if you're taking time off.
Okay, so a lot of agents, they struggle with marketing. So what's one thing they should do first? I guess I'm thinking of it from my perspective, because from what I think they should do first is you get your branding. That's just for me, and I know that's probably not the way you would look at it, because you're actually on that. I'm just the guy that comes in to try to make things look good. I don't, you know what I mean? So I'll let you go with that one.
The first thing you do is you really have to know your audience. It's not, like, for me, it's not all real estate agents.
Okay.
Obviously, I can help all real estate agents, but you really have to, instead of, 20,000 people, I really need to refine who my audience is, so I can really talk to them on a deeper level and my messaging can get through. So I would say with any marketing, you really have to define your audience, and I'm not saying it has to be like a certain niche, but you have to understand their pain points. You have to be able to speak to the needs that they might have on a daily basis, or the challenges, or the fears. So it's really the audience.
Okay, so on to another question. When a real estate business starts growing, what's the first thing that usually breaks? Like, I guess when it starts growing, what's the first thing they normally see that they can see that they're trending up?
So breaks or trending up?
Let's go with breaks.
Okay. So the first thing that usually breaks is the client experience. Because they're just so focused on the right here, right now. They're, when a business is going fast like that and has such a fast pace, you forget all of the other components that are necessary to sustain it. So the client experience usually is, like an immediate breaking point where there's either lack of follow-up, something is forgotten, something falls through the cracks, there's miscommunication, like any of that sort of thing. Well, and then you had another side.
Okay, so how does a solo agent know when it's time to scale, start scaling? When is that time? When they say, I can't do this no more by myself?
When is it time? When do they need to hire somebody?
When do I need to start hiring?
It's before you can't do it all yourself. So before you reach the point where it's like, there's not another client that I can take on.
Okay.
So it has to be before that. You have to recognize that, it takes time to find the right person. It takes time to train the right person and develop them into your culture. So you just kind of have to go into your business model knowing, are you just going to to be a solopreneur, or do you understand that you're going to need leverage because you do still want to have a life outside of work? Or are you going into this having this massive team and dominating a market? You know, I think when people go through either business planning or coaching or any kind of starting a business, like really knowing your why means, like, what are you building? Do you just want to have something by yourself, which is fine? Or do you want to have something that is a little bit more, that is able to sustain your family and others? And that means it's almost like a mid-sized business. Or do you want to like take over world domination?
Okay.
And that is
I
your
want
large.
to take over.
That's the thing. Like, you have to know going out, because then you can plan, like, at what point, you know, am I going to start adding leverage?
So what's the difference between a busy agent, a busy real estate agent, and a real estate business owner?
Ooh, that's good. The busy agent is like me.
Okay.
And the owner is we. Like, they understand
put it.
that, you know, there's so many other people that help them towards their success.
Okay. So moving on along, what role does leadership play with building a real estate team?
Oh my gosh, it's everything. You know, if it is everything, but not everybody has leadership qualities. So that's another, you know, thing that you need to recognize and have that awareness about yourself, is if you don't have strong leadership qualities, then you need to bring somebody in who does, so that they can be that leader for the team. It doesn't mean that you can't have a team. It just means that you recognize that is not your strength. You want to work in your strength, so you need to have somebody aligned with you that can work on that other lane.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to this last segment. I don't want to take too much of your time. Like I said, I just pulled up.
This.
I'm loving this already, guys. Like I said, this is behind the listing. I am 100% authentic. There's nothing hidden here. We doing this on the fly. We had no prep for this.
Yep.
I came here thinking something completely different. She came here thinking something. Well, she was already here thinking something completely different. But we're gonna move on. So, if a brand new real estate agent is listening right now, what should they focus on in their first year?
Ooh, okay. So if they're starting in the business their first year, I don't think they necessarily need to go straight on a team, but you do need to have some sort of mentorship, whether that is joining a team or really aligning with a brokerage that offers mentorship, or if you have somebody that you can really shadow and follow to help develop your skills. Because I was in the real estate business for 4 years before I started my own company, and I was able to like accelerate my growth and my learning and my experience because of the position I was in. So it would have been really difficult if I did everything alone. It would have been a long road for me to, I might even come to the point of becoming a business owner. But, you know, doing things alone is just the long way, you know? So really finding somebody that you can trust and grow alongside, that's what you should do in your first year.
Okay, so what's one system or structure that could immediately help a new agent?
Yes.
One thing.
Database. Yes. So just you have to spend time in your database, especially early on. You need to be putting every single person that you know in there. So that just helps generate more referrals. I mean, it's not just you going out to find people that are ready for real estate conversations. You're actually talking to the people that already know, like, and trust you, so that they can also have real estate conversations for you. And it's just like a repetitive cycle. So if you start digging deep on your database, that's gonna take you through your whole career.
Okay, and I got a question that's, of course, I'm on the other side of this question, but I want to hear it from you.
Okay.
So how important is personal branding to an agent?
Okay. So when you say personal branding, and I think true competitive advantage, same thing, but it's just, you know, a different perspective. And you need to understand what sets you apart from the next person. And that is your personal brand. That is you. That is the value that you bring to the table. And I think it's difficult for people to find that within themselves because it's just not natural. We don't look at ourselves as much as we look at other people. So it's not natural for us to understand what our true value is, what our true advantage, what our personal brand is. That's what I love to do. I love to be able to help people find that and create the brand that really aligns with their true self.
Okay, so if someone feels stuck starting out, what should be the first kind of step they should kind of do? They should go and...
Well, they should talk to their broker,
Okay.
see what resources are available to them, and then if there aren't any, they need to be networking. They need to be going to different trainings that they can build rapport, build relationships with other agents in the industry so they can get what they're lacking.
Okay. So, all right, guys, this is the last question. So we're going to close.
I might have questions for you.
Okay. Well, this is my last question for her. Then I'm going to let her put me on the hot seat for a few minutes. Because my cameras only record for 30 minutes at a time, and I don't want to get up and check them. But I think we're well within that. So, okay. So my strong closing question, if someone is watching this and wants to take their real estate business to the next level, what's the mindset that they need to make? Or what's the mindset shift that they need to make?
Mindset shift is that all leverage is not good leverage. I think salespeople are the easiest people to sell, and there's so many things out here to purchase, and so many gimmicks and so many just taglines that say that they can help your business grow. But it's really taking the time to make sure you know what you need in your business. What is it that you're lacking? What are the true pain points that you need to evaluate so that you can define and implement the leverage that's actually going to make the most impact?
Okay. All right, guys. Those are my questions. I was going to end it there, but she got some stuff for me,
Yes.
so I'm going to go on the gauntlet for a few minutes.
Right.
So I'm all for it. I'm here.
So where did Behind the Listing come from? I think it's such a clever name.
Behind the Listing, actually, I was driving in my car, and as everybody knows, I get creative, and I have this app that I make songs on, and I asked my chat GPT, what would be a good thing to start a YouTube channel? I got these cameras. I know how to do all this stuff. What would be a good thing to do that has something to do with real estate? And it gave me a bunch of names for something to do for my channel. And I seen Behind the Listing just stuck out.
Love it.
It just stuck out. And I said, this opens the door up for everybody to have a conversation.
Yes.
Whether you're buying a home, whether you're looking for a home selling, or whether you're a coach, you're a realtor yourself. And then it's also to market myself. Let's keep it a stack. I'm marketing myself.
I was going to say, what's the goal?
I am marketing myself. I'm a very strategic person. Stuff now is going over a lot of people's head, but you'll understand here. I know what's going to be the outcome. You know what I mean? I'm kind of foresee. So what do they call it? When you speak it into existence, the
manifestation.
The manifestation. So I'm manifesting this. So This is an idea. I think it's an opportunity, and for me, on my side of real estate, as being a real estate photographer and doing branding, like, it's fun for me. I love getting up, going to take pictures of a home, and then editing it and coming back looking at it. It's like art to me. So I have fun, and then with Behind the Listing, I get to take this on the road, and I get to talk to professionals. I get to give people information, because this day and age, I don't just sit down and watch TV. Like, if I'm watching something, it's information. Right. So I figure, how can I give back? Still do my real estate photography stuff, but then learn on the other end and still give people valuable stuff, some kind of value outside of me just taking pictures. You know what I mean? And then also, like I said, it's YouTube is a great branding marketing tool as well. You know what I'm saying? Because once it gets out, not only will I have a local reach, I'll be reaching hopefully people across the world.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You never know.
You just never know. You know what I mean? And someone can see this today or right now. They'll see this pod between me and Bridget, and they may call you. I need help. You know, they may call me. Hey, I got a house. I got a listing next week. You know what I mean? So
come Behind the Listing.
Behind the Listing. So I'm actually thinking of. I'm going Netflix style. I'm thinking of doing a show, maybe a movie here. As soon as I find the right people, you know how I am. As soon as I find the people that's like, I want to do it. You know, I don't waste no time. I'm gonna get right to it. But for now, I really just had, this is just my lead generation, honestly. This is a platform where I'm thinking I can generate leads with it. And I can show and I can help other people do the same thing. So as I'm doing this, to be honest, I had a friend, I ain't gonna say their name, that I was like, hey, let me take some pictures, let's do some headshots, let's get some video, let me just give you the whole complete branding experience. And he didn't pick up the phone. So I'm like, nobody wants to help me, I have to show you, I have to do it on myself.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's no Diddy that, but I do it I have to show you guys that I can do this, you know what I mean? So, because I'm fairly new. I started back in July of last year with my guy Adam. So, and I got Lydia. I got a few realtors I've been working with. Nancy, I just did a shoot for Nancy. She has a listing in Sterling. I'll probably post that here. That's another thing. You can get a lot of value dealing with me. Like, you're gonna get pictures. You got a chance to be on a podcast. You're gonna get recognition. I'm gonna blast your stuff. I'm a marketing tool for you.
You're
you know
such
what
a
I mean?
cheerleader. I love it.
I am a marketing. Real estate should be fun. If you're not having fun, I'm not a realtor. I'm going to some free business expo tomorrow, even though they hired me to take a video, but I'm still gonna be in there while I'm taking the video. You think I'm not gonna be listening?
Right.
Because if I turn into a realtor, y'all gonna really be in trouble.
Uh-oh. Watch out. In front of the listing.
In front of the listing, right. But that's just all of how I got started. Me and my wife, we moved out to West Virginia, and I'm actually starting to get some ground there. Shout out to my guy Byron Reed, Integrity Mortgage. Had a meeting with him this morning. We got some stuff coming, man. I got a lot. I got Adam Shively. I'm sitting down. I'm traveling. I'm going to be sitting down with professionals in their field, realtors, titles. I'm gonna have Kara on the show. I'm sure I'm gonna be able to get Kara on here.
Yep.
Bro. If I had to go pull up to her and
Exactly.
Potomac title, I will be in there.
Yeah.
So me, you, and her can sit down and have a chat. You know what I mean? So it's just I think it's fun giving people information. The people that want to use it and want to listen.
Right.
Because it was a point to where I wasn't doing anything and I wasn't listening to nothing until I picked up the cameras, and now these cameras got me in the places that I never thought I'd be in. But hey, fast. You realize how like I see these posts in different groups, like like who's your target client? This sky's the limit for me. Anybody posted here is my potential client. So anybody watching this video, you're my potential client. So. I don't just do real estate. I shot a wedding yesterday. I do families. Pretty much like
branding photos, obviously.
Branding, obviously. I'll be doing some headshots next week, and I can't wait to do some behind the scenes stuff. They'll be getting more of that on this channel. But now that I think sitting down with you and talking, I think this is the direction that I want to kind of going with the pod. I think the pod and just talking, having conversation. You just gave a lot of gems right there. When I go chop it up, you're gonna see, and you're gonna be able to blast it. We're gonna blast it out. You're probably gonna get sick of seeing this for the next week, but it is what it is. But this is behind the listing. I got Bridget here, TotalSuccessSolutions.com. If you need help getting your life together, especially if you're a realtor, just
literally
give her a shout, and I will see you guys on the next show, man. Peace.
Behind the listing, get a story written. Real estate game with a creator's vision. If you want to see the grind, just listen. This the real life behind the listing. Prime View Media. It ain't just a shoot. It's the story behind the listing. Yeah.